Hey everyone, what's up? Hope everyone's doing well. You are in for another treat today. I'm making chicken chop suey. And you know, this is actually my first time making it. I've eaten it many a time, both here in the United States as well as in Jamaica. But I've never really embarked upon trying to make it myself. So today's the day. So in this bowl here, I have basically some chicken thighs, which I've cut up very small. And I've seasoned this with adobo seasoning as well as sea salt, just a touch of sea salt. And I have chopped up some garlic in here. I have put some cayenne pepper, some black pepper, just your, your basic essential seasonings in here. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute this chicken in my nonstick pan using some olive oil. I know many people that make this prefer to use sesame oil. I don't have any, so I'm gonna make it work with what I've got. So that's the chicken. To that, once the chicken is nice and brown and braised in the pan, we're going to add the following. We're going to add some cabbage, which I have chopped up in this bowl here. I have in here as well some chopped onion, chopped red bell pepper, green bell pepper, some carrots in there, some celery, and I also am going to incorporate some broccoli. Of course, gotta have broccoli, love broccoli. All right, and I'm also going to be using some ginger in this as well, which I've chopped up. See it over there in the corner. And I want to add some pineapple to this as well. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and do my own thing, put my own little twist to this, and I'm gonna add some pineapple. Okay, now the key to this that's really gonna give it a really nice flavor is the sauce. So I am using some stir-fry sauce, which I purchased from the supermarket. This sauce it has soy sauce in it, so it was very salty. So I actually added some brown sugar to it to kind of, sweeten it up a little bit. All right, so you would add the amount of sugar you desire to taste to this sauce. And I also diluted it with just a little bit of water. So there's really no, formula to this. You use as much or as little sauce as you see fit. Okay? And so those are the ingredients. So right now I'm going to go back to the chicken, and I'm going to set my pan up, get the flame nice and hot, get the pan nice and hot rather, and I'm going to add my chicken and get that going. Okay guys, so my chicken is sauteing in the pan right now, and I do want it to get some color early on before I add the sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of soy sauce just to give it some color. Just a little bit, just a few drops. Alright, give that a stir. See how beautiful that looks? Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that alone for a little while longer until I get the desired brownness that I want from the meat. And then I'm gonna go ahead and remove the chicken from the pan and add the vegetables in there. So at this point, I have reached the desired level of brownness for the chicken. Chicken is cooked, so I'm just gonna remove it from the pan and leave the oil behind. Okay, because we need the oil to saute the vegetables. And there's a lot of flavor left in the pan still from the chicken. So we want to make sure we retain that flavor for the remaining ingredients that will be going in here. Okay, so now with the stove the flame on medium. I am now going to go in with my vegetables. So I've got some onion, some celery, some cabbage in there, my carrots, and my peppers. So normally when you make chicken chop suey, people normally put what's it called, bok choy in here. I don't have bok choy, so you know, I'm just using what I have. It's not gonna make it taste any less great just because it doesn't have bok choy in it, you know what I mean? So feel free to work with what you have as well. What I might even do is just add some spinach in here for a little extra color, but it's really not necessary. Just giving you, you know, some extra ideas. Alright, so we don't need to do too much to this. All we need to do is just cover this up. Alright, and at this point I'm going to turn the flame down. All I want to do is just steam this, okay? Just gently steam this. Alright? We don't want the vegetables to become too soft. Because one of the great things about chicken chop suey, one of the things that makes it enjoyable, is the vegetables should have like a crunch, a slight crunch to them when you bite into everything. So I'm going to let this saute / simmer for about really just a few minutes, and then I'm going to add the sauce in there. Okay, and I'm going to add the broccoli last because, you know, broccoli cooks very quickly, so you don't want to add the broccoli too soon. Alright, so I'm going to let that simmer for a few more minutes, and then I'll add the rest of the ingredients. So guys, while the vegetables are sauteing, I'm going to go ahead and get my sauce ready to pour on top of it. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my chopped ginger that I have here, and I'm going to put that into my sauce, my stir-fry sauce. And I'm going to also go ahead and add the pineapples in there. Alright, I'm just going to stir that up. And this sauce is fairly thick, so there's no need for me to use cornstarch or flour or anything like that to thicken it. You know, half the work is already done as far as that's concerned. So I'm going to go ahead now, pour the sauce on top of the vegetables, and then I'm just going to add the broccoli to that, and then just give everything one final stir. Okay, let's check on our vegetables. It's looking very, very good, very colorful. This is looking really nice, and nothing's overcooked at this point. Okay, so that's what we want. We don't want to turn the vegetables to mush. We want everything to have a nice light crunch to it. So this is a good point for me now to add the sauce with the ginger and the pineapple. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that on there. Try to get everything out of the bowl. Alright. And let me get a spatula so I don't scrape the pan. And I'm going to turn the flame up just a little bit. Alright, so now I'm just kind of giving everything a stir. And I'm turning the flame up really high just because I want this part to go fairly quickly. I'm not trying to cook the vegetables, you know, till they're too soft. So but we just want to incorporate the sauce in there and get all the flavors blended together. All right, here's what we're working with. All right, there's that nice sizzle that I'm hearing right now. At this point, I'm going to add the broccoli. All right. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge fitting everything in here. As you can see, my pan is a little small, but we're going to make it work. We are going to make this work. And I want to get the broccoli stirred into this because, you know, they're going to need at least a minute to cook. Turning the flame down a little bit now that I have a sizzle going. And to give the broccoli an opportunity to cook, I'm going to have to cover the pot at this point. Alright, so let's do that. Let's cover the pot and let this finish out. Give that about 2 minutes and we should be all done, and then we'll add the chicken. Okay guys, we're just about done. Everything is nicely incorporated now. The broccoli is cooked. Everything is perfectly cooked at this point, and I'm just putting the chicken back into the mix and we are done. Just mixing the chicken in here, turning the stove off now. It's a little bit of a tight fit here, but I think it all worked out just fine. And that's it guys. There you have it, chicken chop suey. Hope you guys enjoy this dish. I know I'm gonna enjoy this very much. I'm going to probably have this with some white rice, maybe some coconut rice, or maybe I'll do brown rice. I think either one of those things would make this meal nice and complete. Or maybe even some lo mein, if you've got some lo mein noodles or some spaghetti or some linguine, something like that. I think any of those would go great with this dish. So try this dish and I hope you like it. And please feel free to leave comments, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Thanks guys. Bye bye.